What's going on, y'all? This is Chris Saunders, aka CSProductions.29. You are loved, you are valued, and you are appreciated. We are going to check out Zeus by Eminem, another song off of his latest album, his latest project. Without further ado, let's dive right in.
She says I am trash, but she listens to Tekashi. Bitch,
oh, I always forget. One, I have the lyrics in front of me to help, but then also kids, parents, Eminem. There's probably gonna be some profanity and or adult content, if you will, within the lyrics and music. So let this be your warning here. Always forget. Let's dive back in.
She says I am trash, but she listens to Tekashi. Bitch, you lost me. Yeah, fair weather, wishy-washy. She thinks machine washed me. Swear to God, man, her favorite rapper wish she'd cross me. Yeah, love conflict got her obnoxious, subconscious. Yeah, I'm afraid to unlock it. Keep those monsters in the closet. I'm what an idiotic sub-buttons. But I've been throwing down gauntlets since that underground ruckus. Yeah, where I planted my roots. Yeah, that's how I had a whole planet that roots for me. As in the group, and no one thinks dark as I think. So imagine the havoc these black thoughts are to wreak. As in Trotter, I keep slaughtering beat. Shout out to beat minus and T minus, but me long as I breathe, promise to be honest and wholeheartedly. Apologies be honored for that song that leaked. I'm sorry, Ree, it wasn't meant to cause you grief. Regardless, it was wrong of me, but I be on my own.
Hey, yo, I like this transition into. I don't know if this is gonna be a course, but he touched on several things. I mentioned it in my Nat reaction video. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. By Eminem, like, was he dissing it Machine Gun Kelly? And then here you see where he brought it up again. One, he dissed Tekashi. She says I'm trash, but she listens to Tekashi, you know, so obviously dissing him and this person. But then also fair weather, wishy-washy. She thinks machine washed me. So obviously talking about the whole Eminem Machine Gun Kelly diss series, you know, 2 years ago or a year ago, whenever it was, that went down with their diss tracks, right? And so again, bringing up the whole Machine Gun Kelly thing here. So interesting. Yeah, I believe that's probably at least twice now that I've heard that he mentions, I'm assuming, something about Machine Gun Kelly on the album.
Wasn't meant to cause you grief, regardless, it was wrong of me, but I be on my own. Yeah,
head up in the clouds like Zeus. When they say you ain't the GOAT, I come down like who? But I got my head in the clouds like Zeus. Swear I can see the game from a bird's eye view. Hey, bitch, you talking to a rap god. Hey, girl, you talking to a monster. Hey, you could give your whole damn life to the music thing. They gon' turn around like they don't love you.
Yeah, they woke a giant up. So when I get back on my feet, don't wonder why in the fuck is my head in the clouds. G5 with the stewardess getting head in the clouds. Mile high club, why I give a flying fuck. Punchline, or just trying to survive in this climate of vaginas who dying to cancel my ass like Aunt Jemima. Syrup, I'm a shit stirrer, you're a dimer. Dozen said I couldn't do it. Hit Europe, kick the door and put a foot through it. Like a stirrup. Used to have to sit and watch them bills pile up. Yeah, now I just sit back and watch them bills pile up. But I be on my own. Yeah.
Crazy schemes and crazy pockets from being in the air, flying, and then all the just like the scheme where and pocket he was in, referring to like being high in the air and on an airplane, Mile High Club, etc. And then also just like talking about cancel culture and all the things that have gone the past couple years. And again, I think I mentioned it on earlier reaction, but like Eminem, like he's one of those folks who a lot of people respect him because he's doesn't give in to like cancel culture and how a lot of celebrities feel they have to be swayed by every opinion and things like that. Eminem, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, they stay true to themselves, and so he hit on cancel culture there a little bit with like canceling, being canceled like Aunt Jemima, Syrup, and all those lines there. I thought it was really cool where he said hit Europe, kick the door, and put a foot through it. But then how he kind of wrapped it and tied it up like a stirrup, talking about, you know, stirrup on the saddle of a horse. Yeah, so just dope project or dope scheme there.
Pile up. Yeah, now I just sit back and watch them bills pile up. But
I be on my own. Yeah, head up in the clouds like Zeus. When they say you ain't the GOAT, I come down like who? But I got my head in the clouds like Zeus. Swear I can see the game from a bird's eye view. Hey, bitch, you talking to a rap god. Hey, girl, you talking to a monster. Hey, you could give your whole damn life to the music thing. They gon' turn around.
come and go. I've seen the hugest debuts. I've had a great view to see the game through. And Drake, they're gonna turn on you one day too. And the more you win, the sooner they do. They'll be calling you a trash bin, saying that your new one isn't better than your last. And even if it is, once they start to turn their backs, they ain't never coming back. And they did it to Chance, next to be mentioned in future in the past tense. Or saying adios to amigos. I ain't dissing, I'm just trying to keep the shit a C-note. Same people been trying to do the shit to me, so I call them people because they're so easy to see through them. But a fighter's all I knew how to be. I got the shit beat out of me, tripped and fell and blew out a knee. Popped it back in and hopped up like fuck it. Best 2 out of 3, yeah. Man, I gotta be doing something right. I got 11 years of sobriety, so the only bottom I'ma be hitting is if it's sodomy. Wait, I mean, you would think that somebody handed a saw to me. How I'm chopping these bars, they keep wanting me to rap responsibly when I'm constantly passing the buck like the fucking Dollar Tree. But I'ma always remind you that I came from poverty. Black people saved my life from the dark and Deshaun, and all that we want is racial equality. R.I.P. Laquan McDonald, Trayvon and Breonna, Tatiana, Rayshard and Dominique, Eric Garner and Rodney King. No, we can't get along to these white motherfucking cops who keep murdering blacks off the streets. And as far as squashing beef, I'm used to people knocking me, but just not in my camp. And diplomatic, cause I'm trying to be. Last thing I need is Snoop dogging me. Man, dog, you was like a damn god to me. Man, not really. I had dog backwards. But I'm starting to think all these people taking shots at me. Shit, it's no wonder I be on my own.
Yo, so I think I remember hearing something about like Snoop Dogg responding to Eminem, and so I guess that's kind of like the diss where Snoop Dogg did some sort of response. But yo, that he touched on so much. He touched on so much in that second verse of just really flowing in and kind of letting other people know Drake's one of the hottest in the games, right? He's been doing it a long time as well, and saying, hey, eventually they're going to turn on you, and then kind of mentioned all these different people that cancel culture has really turned on, and like stabbed in the back, if you will, and then mentioning all of the people and folks, many recently that have been killed or murdered at the hands of the cops, and either cops getting off or pardoned, whatever the case may be, receiving just a few months and things like that, and just kind of talking about his life and his come up and where he came from and how he was really like saved from the path in life he was on. And so he touched on so much crazy, just deep and intense pockets and schemes there in the second verse. And so just, man, crazy. This is legit.
But I'm starting to think all these people taking shots at me. Shit, it's no wonder I be on my
own. Head up in the clouds like Zeus. When they say you ain't the GOAT, I come down like who? But I got my head in the clouds like Zeus. Swear I can see the game from a bird's eye view. Hey, bitch, you talking to a rap god. Hey, girl, you talking to a monster. Hey, you could give your whole damn life to the music thing. They gon' turn around like they don't love you.
Yo, that song was crazy. And one thing that really just emphasized it, Eminem is like the king of flows and lyrics and just the pockets and schemes he's able to think about. He even touched on a couple of times of just one, I believe he made a reference of saying just like, hey, like just like my mind, no one can think is like as dark as me, something like that. But he's just what he's able to come up and the stories he's able to tell and the points he's able to make and how he does it is just always so creative and just on point. But then really with this one as well, if you listen to it, it's like a pretty simple piano melody line within the beat, but then just the beat, it just bumps and you just want to like bounce to it and just ride with it. And then Eminem just really bodies the track, the entire track with everything that he talks about in his flow. And so another great song. Let me know in the comment section down below, what should we continue to check out a couple more songs off of this album? Give this thing a full listen to on the channel. If not, I'm gonna just go ahead and give it a full listen myself. But I wanna let's have that interaction and give me some feedback there in the comment section down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like. It really helps out this channel and grows this small community we're building here, this family. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.